Hi, I'm Dr. Lanier, and I do these short videos for the purpose of trying to help a few people, stimulate your interest in what I do, which is functional medicine, and it's just something that I've dedicated my life to. I own the business bewell-forlife.com. Take a visit to my website, get to know about this functional medicine stuff a little better. But we're going to dive into something today that I think if you can activate this, it will change your life. Anything that I talk about on a short, if you go back and look at my other shorts, these are things that if you could practice them or if you were made aware of them, your life would change. So today, you may have heard talk about a parasympathetic nervous system that you need to be stimulating. Parasympathetic nervous system is a relaxing nervous system. Parasympathetic nervous system is something that, yes, you can have an effect on. The sympathetic nervous system is the nervous system that you've heard of, fight or flight. When something exciting happens, when something life-threatening happens, that is the sympathetic nervous system. And in today's day and time, parasympathetic is a buzzword that doctors, practitioners, just people in general have talked a whole lot about. You may have heard about the vagus nerve. You may have heard about rest and digest. You may have heard about calm. That's the parasympathetic nervous system. Activate that and it will change your life. I want to hit 10 points. The overriding point is it within your control to stimulate the parasympathetic nervous system? To do a reset. ... So, yes, the answer is. And let me just hit 10 points and then go back and talk about those 10 points. Stay with me. 1, these things stimulate the parasympathetic nervous system. Natural sighing. A natural sigh. You can accentuate a natural sigh. We'll talk about that later. But breathing. 2, movement. Strategic movement. Everyday movement. Stop being sedentary, and your parasympathetic nervous system will calm you down. 3, use some sleep apps. Use some tools to help you rest. Resting stimulates the parasympathetic nervous system. 4, my favorite, meditation. A time to be quiet. A time to do the above things. Breathe, sigh, rest. 5, nature. I'm outside today, and I can tell a difference. I just had a meeting inside for an hour, and I wanted to be outside. The fresh air, the breeze, the water fountain. It's good stuff. 6, the cold splash changes your sympathetic nervous system into parasympathetic, believe it or not. A cold splash, just what it sounds like. Water, cold water on your body, on your hands, on your face. We'll talk about that. Number 7, chiropractic. Yay. I've been a chiropractor for, 36 years? And I know all about the vagus nerve, and I know all about how chiropractic treatment calms down the sympathetic nervous system, relaxes. 8, a peaceful mind. A peaceful mind. I know, easier said than done, but very doable. Number 8 is community. I did an entire series on community. The word community might not mean much to you. Having friends, having communion with people, being connected, being supported, someone there for you who knows you and still loves you. Community. And number 10, rest in a general sense. Adequate, restorative, beneficial rest. Number 1, natural sighing. breathing, getting air, oxygen. Have you ever seen a baby calm down from sobbing and they get to that point where they go, and they just, shoulders just drop, and they take 2 or 3 short breaths in and then let it out. And they're calming down, they're sobbing. Because they're sobbing, their excitement, their hurt feelings have upregulated that breathing, and they need to slow down. Maybe you've blown in the face of a baby to get them to calm down. So, a sigh, a breath, deep inhalation. It goes along with meditation later on. But think about that. Practice that. Take a minute. You'll notice a difference in yourself when you do that. And you have an effect. You calm down the parasympathetic nervous system and you bring yourself to peace. Movement. Movement has been proven to be beneficial for depression, for stress, for fear, for many kinds of growth in our emotions. Maybe you're familiar with a drum circle. Yeah, I'm 73 years old. I grew up in the hippie generation, but a drum circle is a time where people sit around in a circle. Maybe you're unfamiliar. I was 15 years ago. People sit around in a circle with drums, and they don't play a song, they have a rhythm. And whoever wants to move to the rhythm gets in the circle, and they move. And it is a proven mental, psychological, and we know physiological with the parasympathetic nervous system, calmer. Believe it or not. If you're in your house, put on some rhythm music. It can have words. It doesn't have to be a drum circle. And move, dance. You may have heard of dancing it out, quotes. When you have poor emotions, bad emotions, let's dance it out. Let's hug it out. But this is movement. Tai Chi, similar. Calm, controlled, breathing, movement. Movement is the key, part 2. Chair yoga. Dancing in general is a movement that calms the parasympathetic, stimulates the parasympathetic, calms the sympathetic nervous system. Number 3, do you have trouble sleeping? This is where I talked about tools for sleeping. There are sleep apps that calm your breathing down, calm down your mind as you fall asleep. There are heavy quilts, proven. Heavy blankets help your body to calm and relax. Parasympathetic nervous system with the sensation of the weight is what it is. If you were to be hugged, it is a similar pressure on your body that helps you to relax, to let it go, to take that deep breath in and let it out. Activate these things and your life will change. Number 4, meditation, my favorite. I've proven it to be true. I was a reluctant meditator, and now I understand. 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 5 if that's all the time you have, once you've learned how, of meditation, calms down your entire body, activates your brain, gets you alert, allows you to accomplish more, makes you happier. Meditation. Books written on it. People talk about it. Parasympathetic nervous system activation with meditation. Number 5, nature. Look up, Google search nature bath. There is something in nature that rejuvenates. These are all facts. These are not things I've made up. These are not things that I've just read and stored away, although I have. Facts about the parasympathetic nervous system, calming down the sympathetic nervous system, allowing you to rest. Nature. Taking a walk in nature is different than taking a walk around the track. Sitting and listening to birds like I have around me right now is different than sitting inside and watching TV. Nature. There is something very therapeutic about it. Sitting, walking, running, taking photos, being grateful, being mindful while you're in nature, lost in it, paying attention. Take off your shoes and get grounded. How many things can you do in nature that restore your health and will change your life? Number 6, a cold splash. Now, I think all of us have heard of pouring cold water on someone. That will wake them up. That'll shake them out of a drunkenness. That'll get them awake. This is a principle that tones down sympathetic nervous system and upregulates the parasympathetic nervous system. A cold bath, a cold washcloth, cold hands, those things honestly and effectively help you, and it activates the parasympathetic nervous system. Number 7, chiropractic. I could talk for days. I've been a chiropractor a long time, and chiropractic has a natural effect on relaxation. It has been often said in my office, after I adjust a baby like under 6 months old, they sleep for hours and the mothers get some things done. Same thing happens in an adult though. Chiropractic treatment, whether it's pressure point, whether it's chiropractic manipulation, whether it's a single bone, the atlas bone, adjustment with non-force, no matter the technique of chiropractic, it has a calming effect on the sympathetic nervous system, on your muscles, on your brain. You will have a changed life. That's all I'll say. I could talk for a long time. Number 8, a peaceful mind. A peaceful mind. Wouldn't we all like that? Yes. It's easier said than done. But let me give you a clue. Where do you find peace? Well, I happen to believe that peace comes from above, inside, and out. It comes from above because God is the God of peace. It comes inside because peace comes from within. Outside, there may be a storm. Inside, there can be peace, trust, faith, and hope. There can. So when you sit down to eat, be thankful, be mindful, look at your food and realize where that came from. What hard farmer worked hard at it? What animal gave their life for you? When you go to sleep, make it a priority. Don't look at your social media until you can't keep your eyes open anymore. That is poor sleep hygiene, not good for your brain, not good for your sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system. Just don't do it. Just treasure your sleep and get enough of it. 7 hours, 8 hours, and make it restful. All these things go together to make up one life-changing event, and that is to activate the parasympathetic nervous system. So sleep, treasure it, prioritize it. Number 9, community. It's been proven over and over and over again. Connection to a community, connection to other people, however you want to say that, will allow you to live longer and happier and more joyful than if you are by yourself in isolation. It's been proven. Enjoy it. Find them, even if it's your brother, sister, mother, dad. Maybe you're in a new place and you don't know very many people. Go back, make a phone call to the older people. You have a community in the world you've grown up in. Treasure that. Make use of it. It will change your life. It will activate your parasympathetic nervous system physiologically, but on a spiritual and a mental level, it will change your life. Number 10, rest. And I use the word rest because I have a practice. When I wake up in the morning, let's just say I've gotten 7 hours sleep. Rarely do I get 8 hours sleep. I have dogs that like to wake me up. 6 hours sleep, whatever it is. And I'm itching to get that extra 30 minutes. Well, I lay there for just a few minutes because I really don't need to put 30 more minutes into my sleep. And I call it rest. Let me just rest for just a couple of more minutes before I get up. And I'm awake, but I'm resting. As a matter of fact, I take a few deep breaths and do my breathing before I get up. and allow my brain to benefit from the new oxygen I'm taking in. Sleep/rest/peace would be number 10. It will change your life. It will activate parasympathetic nervous system. This is something in this world we live in. Life doesn't change. It always happens every day. But you can manage that. You can be a part of the cure. Thanks for coming by my video. I'm Dr. Lanier. I own BeWell-forlife.com. I do this as a functional medicine practice. I do it so that I can help you. If these videos are enough, fine. But if you need help, go to my website. Make a discovery call appointment. My wife's website is connected to my website. She's a health and wellness coach, the best in the world. You would be shocked at how much she walks with people and helps them to make changes in their life that change their life forever. So the things I just talked about, they can be done in a crisis or they can be practiced. I can promise you what is practiced will give you a longer life. What is practiced in the short run will help you, almost like a Band-Aid and a first aid kit. You need that so that you don't blow up. But practice is a very important word in parasympathetic training. You train yourself and it will benefit you. Then it will work with you. Thanks again. Stay tuned for the next video.